Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato. This is Oxygen Not Included, and as you may notice, it is a little bit sped up. That is because we've run into the age-old problem of the audio files corrupting and just turning into an absolute mess. So I am going to play this in 500 speed and provide you commentary with exactly what is happening. So, basically, just after episode 16, everything starts to deteriorate even faster than it was in episode 16, and we get to the point where no one has any energy to do anything. And I'm sure if you've actually played this game before, you know exactly that the end is coming. There is no food, as you can see in the top left-hand corner. The toilet is not working because of backed up pipes, and there's not enough waste pipe area, or there's not enough water, or something or other. But the toilet's not working, and everyone goes absolutely apeshit whenever the toilet's not working. Also, our water is starting to be contaminated. The big pile of water at the bottom of the base where I was drawing all of my fresh water from, well, that started to be a little bit contaminated because everyone was, like, pissing everywhere. Also, our massive reservoir of, like, dirty water up at the top starts to fill up, which is pretty dodgy as well. Not to mention the fact that we are, we're burning through three large amounts of coal. We've got, a shit ton of coal generators on the go, and it's still not enough. Here is my meager attempt to cheer up my duplicants, because of course, they respond well to happiness. And so I thought, oh, okay, I'll place down a couple of Mona Lisas or something, see how that goes. But basically, this episode is entirely fraught with the fact that I know our end is coming, and even though our stress levels are not too high at the moment, they do start to climb very, very rapidly indeed. This is me realizing that we actually need to get our thinking caps on and expand the amount of dirty water outflow, and we just haven't had that capacity for a little while, so we needed to get that fixed kind of pronto if we wanted the toilet to work consistently. So that was the plan to make that work, and I think it did actually end up working if I can properly recall. Yeah, I think it did, but it took a little while to get operational. Also, everyone was just climbing through this muddy, dirty water, and it was just a complete disaster. That little exploration down to the south of the base was me deciding that we actually do need to really get our thinking caps on and get some coal, because we've mined through almost all of the coal on the entire map, and quite simply, I'm bloody terrified at this point that we're not going to be able to find any coal, and our entire base is going to be shut down, put into sleep mode whilst we look around for coal. But the problem is there is no big vein of coal, right? There's no big specific vein of coal. We need to mine out little individual chunks in between the copper and in between the stone and all of that nonsense, and it's just rather annoying. Also, at this moment, I realized that we can't actually access those pipes over there, so in order to build those, we're gonna need to build up a little bit of a ladder. It looks like the temperature doesn't really change too much, which is cool, because otherwise we'd be in a little bit of a pickle, because our temperature grid is not very good, shall we say. Also, if you look at the amount of wastewater that is in that area, like, it's coming all the way up to the door. It is, quite frankly, insane, the amount of wastewater that we have just in that area. Like, it's fucking bonkers. And that whole area of wastewater really should have been handled a hell of a lot better. I really should have planned out where I was going to stick it, and rather than just having, a tiny little area for it to flow through, we really should have planned it better, because I think that was honestly one of the big things that led to the demise of the base. So there you go. Anyway, yes, that is episode 17 for you. Now we're on to the course of episode 18, the episode that things really start to hit the fan. And everyone keeps on walking through wastewater. It's absolutely terrible. Yep, see there, that door consistently gets opened and just, like, lets the entire base flood with wastewater. nobody's really committed to mopping up any water anymore. So here's an ambitious project that I try to do. I'm trying to relieve some of this wastewater problem that we're continuing to have. We're also trying to get algae because we're running out of oxygen. That's another ongoing problem, as I'm sure you know if you've played this game. And also coal. We are terrified. I say we. I am terrified that we're actually going to run out of coal here. So that's why I'm walking around. Nice picture that some chump drew, but it's yeah, it's all right. It's not a masterpiece, but it's good enough for now. It's honestly terrible having to waste so many resources on trying to find, like, you know, coal or algae or just anything really. I think that we want a new duplicant purely because he's stress-free and we need stress-free chaps. So yeah. The stress-free guy is our only competent worker, I think, really, at the moment. But anyway, we are literally building platforms just in order to build coal. It is quite bonkers. Also, up at the top of the base, as you can probably see, that there's a couple of doors that keep on opening, keep on letting dirty water into the base. It's pretty horrible, actually. But there's a bubble of water at the bottom of the base, so it's all bloody horrible, if you ask me. Yeah, not much salvation from this point forward. But the toilet is working, so we've got that going for us, which is nice. Anyway, this is at the point where I realized maybe we should try and, alleviate some of this wastewater pressure and delete some of the blocks that are holding all of that wastewater in. Well, let me just preemptively say this was a huge mistake because it ends up completely fucking up the entire base. So I get this guy to come and work on this area down here. And we want to try and remove, like, those two blocks. The two blocks that I've queued up for deconstruction. Seems completely reasonable, right? But, of course, if you don't build the door first, or if you don't build any protections, and if nobody comes and builds it for you, just fucking build it somewhat. Oh, God, just looking back, it's just... Oh, God, the entire base just starts to flood. The coal generator is underwater. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh... People are starting to beat up all of the oxygen production equipment, and it just turns into an absolute farce. It just turns into an absolute farce. But there you go, ladies and gents. That was the culmination of the Oxygen Not Included agricultural update series. Thank you very, very much for watching. It was actually really, really fun. I've still not quite got the hang of this game, but I felt that we got really quite close to achieving something great in this series. And then the game crashed. So there you go. I put it in red alert mode, and it didn't work. So, I filed a complaint, and I put my YouTube in there, because I'm a self-promoting asshole. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Potato. This has been Oxygen Not Included, and I'll see you next time. Bye.